to you. So, Brandon, did you hear about the Sony and Microsoft merger?
Yes, I did. Haha, epic meme I just made.
That.
Here we go! I don't know why I'm never ready to start these. Hey there, kids. Welcome to episode 9 of the ShovelWare Podcast. I'm your co-host, Sidagast, and your host, as usual, is the apostle of sin and woe, Bobbert on the Cobbert. Say hello, Bobbert on the Cobbert.
Hello, Bobbert on the cupboard.
Yeah, see, you would think it'd be kind of hard to get that kind of job title, but he found a way.
All you gotta do is just sit on the cupboard, wherever the fuck that is.
Yeah, exactly. So I think since we're almost on episode 10, we're moving up. We got a very very special announcement, guys. What we're gonna do once a month, we're going to take one lucky, quote unquote, member of the Discord and just disembowel them live on air in a ritualistic fashion, and then we will use their teeth and send it to another lucky, without quotes, member, and it will be very neat. So look forward to that in the future. We'll be picking it at random. And also we have a Discord for anyone who's not sure. I think that does it for announcements for right now. Bobby, is that? Do you have any more?
That about covers it, man. That's just the disemboweling and
So look out for that early next month. We're going to be coming to your house and killing one of you fuckos live on the air. It's going to be an extra bonus show, and it'll be a lot of fun.
I can't upload a video. I can't upload a video where I'm literally threatening the people who are like, "Come on, bro, come on." I can't upload that. My mom watches this, maybe.
That's not a threat, Bobby. It's a promise.
So I'm gonna find a new co-host. I'm Mr. B.R. Jones, and that guy he ain't gonna last too long, talking about disemboweling people and shit like that. But to be honest, that really does cover all the fucking the announcement we have. So just be prepared to be sacrificed for the name of shovelware. Apparently.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Get all of our dig boys out there. That's what we're calling you now, dig boys. We're gonna get you some little cult robes, maybe with like a little shovelware, like a branded tattoo into your forehead. It's gonna be lit, dude. It's gonna be great.
Shut your fucking face, man. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, we do actually got fucking, like, thanks to the actual dig boys out there that Brandon came up with the name. He came up with the name, and you guys actually started to call yourself dig boys. Good job. Thank you. You're actually out promoting the show. I can't believe that feels weird. There's people out there that I didn't ask to like promote my show is out there watching my show every week and then promote. That just feels weird, you know. Like I guess that's exactly what I wanted, but at the same time, that feels weird that it's a thing, you know.
If anyone out there like is not a boy, you're a dig boy too. It's fine.
It's unisex. It's like the
it's kind of like when you say fellas,
No,
like in Kingdom Hearts, we gotta call each other fellas. But
no, it's like the Valerian language where like he and she is unisex. So boy is unisex in this case, and shovelware. So my girlfriend is actually I'm not finishing that sentence. Because if I say that, she might actually leave me. So.
Oh, that's fair. I forgot. Yeah, so this is a video game podcast. I'm not sure if you know. That's a little known fact about shovelware.
It's a video game podcast allegedly. I said it for you, so you can't say it.
Oh, thank you. Well, as long as we said it, I'm happy either way. How about those video games, Bobo?
Let's see. Let's open the whole notes here. What we got, Bobo? Don't ever fucking call me Bobo again. Like the name Bobo reminds me of I think it was fucking Rugrats. It was Bobo the Clown, and it was like scaring the shit out of Tommy. I don't want to be known as.
No, I was thinking of Bobby's World, that show that apparently was just a celebrity show that I didn't know because I was sick.
I didn't. Excuse me. I just burped all on the fucking mic. But yeah. I forget the guy's name. I think it was Bob Saget. Not Bob Saget. Was it Bob Saget? No.
He was the Price is Right guy, right?
I forget who it was.
Yeah.
See, now I'm curious because I used to know who the hell it was, but now I just completely forgot. All right, so in terms of what happened in video games, so we got Mario Maker. I think we're a little late on that because they came out last week, so we're a little late on Mario Maker 2, and then we got
we can start with Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Nintendo Direct dropped. Well, I was gonna say yesterday, but for you, it was a couple of days. The first like 3 minutes was definitely just, yeah, we sure are making it. Sure is gonna be the same. It is definitely going to be more Mario Maker. Bobby, I think this is something that we talked about before the show. You gotta love Nintendo's like unwillingness to stop being like cartoons. Because I know like so many video games love like having more serious trailers, but you know they just insist on, you know, Mario and Luigi like, you know, playing with the level stuff like they're little Legos there. That's fun. I guess Luigi's in this one. I don't know if he was in the first one.
I don't know. I never played Mario. I like the idea of Mario Maker, but I actually never played it, so I don't know.
I didn't have a Wii U, and I didn't want to get a Wii U because it only had like 3 games on it. Which I understand is a self-fulfilling. But I definitely have strong memories of everyone and their fucking mother uploading Mario Maker videos to YouTube, and that was just like the hottest, crunchiest meme thing to do. And I'm looking forward to going back to those simpler times.
I just watched the video, like looking up just like the Mario Maker videos and like the whole watching the direct. I ended up watching a Mario Maker like video thing, or just exploring the different levels. And god damn it, man! Like I hate Nintendo YouTubers. It's just so cringy to watch them, man. It just seems like
Bobby, I feel like we have no right to call people cringy. Like, come on.
You know what? This is probably.
I'm just joking. It takes one to know one. Come
on. No, this is definitely a pot calling the kettle black. But it's just like, god damn, man. Like this Nintendo YouTubers, it's like they just seem so ungenuine or just super excited.
Yeah,
like I used to be this way about Zelda games, but then I stopped that way, and now I'm just looking at it. It's just like guys in their fucking like 40s now. Like we're old now. It's just weird because we're older now. So it's just like, how are we this excited over a kid's game? You know? You know what I'm saying?
You say that, and I shit my fucking pants over a new Pokemon game. It's not true.
See, well, I don't know. See, because I was super excited about Kingdom Hearts, but then I don't know. Maybe because after Kingdom Hearts and after beating the game, I was so soured by it that somehow or another we always end up going back to Dragon Ball Z or Kingdom Hearts, and that's your one for Dragon Ball Z.
I definitely was thinking, oh man, we better not fucking talk about Dragon Ball.
I don't.
But that's fine.
To be honest, I don't think we did last episode. I think we actually.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good last time. So
yeah.
That's your one. Sorry guys, from here on out, let's just get a fucking Dragon Ball Z. Sorry.
Yeah, it's we're just gonna change the name from ShovelWare Podcast to DBZ Podcast.
We'll call it ShovelWare Z, just like the show where it changed direction at halfway through.
That's such a good idea. That is such a good idea. Like, oh my god, ShovelWare Z, a weekly podcast. But I've been thinking of like trying to dive back into anime, but I told you I don't like any anime at all. So I was trying to think like if I do go back in anime, it will only be Dragon Ball Z. Like I don't want to just dedicate to Dragon Ball Z reviews, but that's a good one. ShovelWare Z. What's up, babe? Come here. Come show. Like my girlfriend just got her hair done, so she want to show the world.
I really don't.
Oh, we live on Facebook right now.
Stop.
We're not live, but come here.
We are.
We're not live. Come here. Hey, babe.
Yeah, like instead of going on a wild tangent about how we're gonna kill one of our fans. Hey, I was about to actually just call you Goku and just have that be the ridiculous intro.
Actually,
so now you know. Whenever I do an intro, it's always going to be something stupid and ridiculous like that. So get ready.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we can do that like as like a little joke. Just like at the end of every podcast is like we have a question, and whoever answered the question is just be the Goku of the next episode.
That
right?
sounds like I only heard half of that, and that sounded like a very existential question. Who is the Goku of this show?
see, and the Goku of the show. Stop. Get.
Dude, you totally left me hanging though. Like that's
Oh,
so
my bad.
disrespectful.
Where am I doing? There you go.
Thank you. Duh.
Duh.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh no! So what I said was just we'll ask a question, and then whoever it asks. So for example, Sonic King. Shout out to Daryl. He has questions that he have in his videos, and whoever answers the question, he gives away a prize. Well, I'm too poor and too cheap to actually.
Yeah, I'm not giving y'all shit. Sorry.
To give out prizes. So, but I still want some interaction with my community. So, how about this? At the end of the episode, we'll have a question, and whoever answers the question, they get a shout out in the next video, and we'll call them our Goku.
Yeah, like that's better than my idea to just take one of you guys and just murder you on air.
I mean, I'm kind of piggybacking off of your idea. I didn't come up with
I mean, like, don't get the wrong idea. I still want to do that one. The only catch is that, it can't be me, it can't be you, because, we're the host. We can't die just yet.
I'm your host, Mr. B.R. Jones, and simultaneously your Lord and Savior, Goku.
Yeah, and I guess, like, it'd be weird to, kill off the carnage of... What did I call you? The Apostle of Carnage and Woe? You can't really kill off that one. That one seems like the one that would do the killing in the first place. You know what I mean?
I mean, Goku is kind of the apostate of Carnage and Woe. I mean, after the Tournament of Power, like, that whole thing started because of Goku. Universes got straight up eliminated.
Yeah, Goku did kill a lot of people, huh?
Just saying. I'm your Goku. I'm not your Goku. But I think we should do that. Like, I don't know. Try to think of a question by the end of the episode. I'll try my best to think of one, and then we're going to run with that.
All right. Okay. I'll think of something stupid that I want people to respond to. Yeah, how about that Mario Maker? It was all right.
We were talking about Mario. We just got hella sidetracked. So what exactly do you want to talk about Mario Maker? I mean, like,
that direct dropped, and it felt appropriate to talk about it. So a lot of like video game announcements. I guess to kind of piggyback off what you're talking about before, there is sort of this fake enthusiasm. Not to call anybody out. In fact, I honestly don't have anyone particular in mind when I'm saying this. That feels very off. Like, as if you went to a McDonald's, like, stockholder meeting, and McDonald's told their stockholders that they're still going to keep making the Big Mac, and you're like, yes, McDonald's is still having the Big Mac. I'm actually coughing.
You're okay? You dying over there?
I'm just so excited, because I thought the Big Mac wasn't going to come back for some stupid fucking reason.
What? That's its flagship burger, bro.
Yeah, but this time it's 2. It's like the Big Mac with a 2 at the end, though.
You just confused the shit out of me. I have no idea where you're going with this. I have absolutely no idea. I'm not even being.
There are certain video games, specifically like Mario non-3D platformers, where I legitimately don't understand the excitement about it. I'm not saying you can't look forward to it, but I don't understand the excitement. It rubs off on me like
I feel the same way about every Mario game, period. But not just like okay, like, all right. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't necessarily like that, like, whatever that game may be. Because I kind of overreact when I see a new Zelda game. But that's because I just really, really, really like Zelda. I mean,
that's different, because Zelda games not to be like dull as fucking dirt.
Nah, fuck that. Phantom Hourglass is kind of shit.
Okay, well, they learned. They changed.
No, not Phantom. I'm sorry.
They learned their lesson.
I'll take that back.
I swear.
Phantom Hourglass is okay. Spirit Tracks and shit, but that one really fucking boring. But outside of you're right. They have their games. But what I'm getting at is, like, I don't know. Maybe even though I brought it up, maybe I'm just being a little harsh, because, like, maybe I just don't share their level of enthusiasm. But a lot of Nintendo gamers, it just seems like it's just maybe it's just because it's also YouTube and people gotta overreact for YouTube, but it's just like so overly dramatic sometimes, you know. It just
Yeah, like the dudes said, like, you know, like I'm sure there are like a trillion videos of like, oh shit, Inklings are in Smash, and the guy just getting up and flipping all their shit over, going, yes, yes, finally.
yes, yeah, that's it. But I don't like. I definitely used to do that shit too. But I don't, maybe because I'm getting older, I just see it as kind of dumb. But I, I don't.
But part of me like is also very big on I don't want this to sound like you're not a real Nintendo fan. A real Nintendo fan wouldn't be excited about weird and different games. I don't want to come off like I want to tell people how to enjoy video games. Can't fucking stand when people do that. And I realize that's exactly what I'm doing right the fuck now.
Finish what
There
you're
you
saying.
go. You guys are all enjoying your video games wrong. Don't be excited about Nintendo stuff. Just sit there and go, In fact, that's gonna be our new thing, shovelware reaction videos, where we just watch trailers and go, oh, that's alright.
See, here's the thing. E3's coming out, and like I have this mindset of just like,
Oh God, Bobby, please. We're not gonna watch a bunch of trailer and go, that looks cool.
nigga, let me finish what I'm saying before you actually just assume what I was going to say. No, I'm not going to say. I'm just going to sit around and just be like, about shit. What I'm saying is like, E3's coming out, and like I have this kind of mentality about shit now, but E3 is coming out, and I know for a fact there's going to be at least one game out of that I'm going to be legitimately excited about. And I'm out on right now. I'm on record saying the fact that I don't know. I feel like I'm in the future. You know, with this whole Me Too movement, I'm just afraid of like just being like Me Too, but in a video gamey type of way. It just like you know what, like once upon a time you said you didn't like this type of thing, but here you are, you doing it, like you fucking YouTube hypocrite son of a bitch. I'm just trying to avoid being a YouTube hypocrite. All right, that's all
Do
it
you know
is.
how fucking mad if like we get Me Too'd, not because of like something awful, because we're both decent people, but like just something stupid like, oh wow, I caught you saying something nice about Phantom Hourglass. I thought you hated that game.
I can't really be Me Too'd, but like I ain't perfect. So I'm just gonna say that now. Like I ain't gonna say I'm not I ain't no Harvey Weinstein, but I'm damn sure not Jesus Christ. Yeah, out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't perfect.
Well, you're not a JonTron, or at least I don't think so.
No. I think black people are inferior to whites. I mean, obviously,
People.
right? Exactly. I had to force myself to use the word. This is not true at all. There might actually be some people out there who believe that I'm a self-hating black man. That's not true at all. Let's move on. Video Game Alleged Podcast. That's 2 for this podcast. Why'd you make me say that? Did you still want to talk about Mario Maker? I mean, it's cool.
I think the last thing I really want to say is it's going to be really cool that they have a night stage. That's going to be very cute, I guess. And I'm gonna be really fucking mad if Nintendo takes the fucking thing they always do, where I need to know your whole fucking friend code and like code for your stupid level you made, that they make me etch into a fucking giant stone slab in hieroglyphics like it's the fucking year 3000 BC, because you know Nintendo will do that because they don't believe in the future. That's all.
Nintendo being Nintendo. I just chalk it up to Nintendo being Nintendo. They always take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back.
Yeah.
Always. They I don't know.
Like,
so, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, they have the Nintendo online service now, so hopefully that will ease some amount of, you know.
I haven't had a Switch since that came out. How is that?
I'm not sure if I want to tell the my Nintendo Switch's racist story on air or off, because I want to see how interesting you think it is first.
You already mentioned it, so just go for it.
So my friend was like, hey man, you want to jump on my Nintendo Switch family account or whatever, because multiple people can just, you know, have one quote-unquote family account. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I see the request come in once I give my homie friend code, and it's from a dude I know who's like racist. So now I just insist, like, damn, my Nintendo Switch is caught racist because that's a virus, you know.
No, you're right. It wasn't that interesting.
Ah, yeah, see what I mean?
You're right. It wasn't interesting. You tried though. I mean, you tried.
I tried, and I did think about if it would be boring. But yeah, so with the Nintendo Switch stuff, you get Tetris, which is fun. I like that. That's the only game I've been playing for the last month or so.
20 was it not 2099? Is
Tetris 99?
Yeah, that's the battle royale one, right?
Yeah. So that's fun. It got a big patch where you can pay money for it now, and I didn't because I'm broke.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what? I'm confused. You got patch, so now you can
it
pay
got
for
some DLC with some extra modes that you can pay for, but I'm not going to. So
okay.
I don't have any strong opinions on it because I think it already works fine as is. I think that game alone is worth the price point, and you also get a bunch of Nintendo games. But also, even though I talk about retro games are so great all the time, I don't think NES games are really that fun to be playing in 2019. Just saying.
Yeah, you do. Don't lie. Don't act like you don't like playing Nintendo games. Don't act like you don't have a Virtual Boy emulator or a Game Boy Advance emulator on your cell phone right now, and every day you play Golden Sun.
Well, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that Nintendo, before 1986, when Super Mario Brothers came out, did not know how to make a good game. Like, I have watched a guy just go through and review every Nintendo game before Super Mario Brothers, which are all, on the little Nintendo Switch thing. None of those games are good. You try to play Ice Climbers today, don't do it. I don't advise. Which you weren't going to do anyway, because, come on. Come the fuck on, dude.
Yeah. I mean, but to be fair, at that time, there was no real rule to making video. It was like the Wild West of video games. There was no establishment, so people were just doing shit. You know?
Yeah, and I totally understand, the idea of, of course we, put fucking squares on our cars because we didn't know what wheels were. Yeah, that's reasonable. We hadn't invented wheels yet. But also, don't try to have me go back to putting, square wheels on cars first. I would rather just shoot myself in the foot than play Balloon Fight.
I've never actually played Balloon Fight. I've literally
good. Keep
never.
Up the good work, man.
I'll do my best. I'll continue to do my best. All right, I'm tired of talking about Nintendo because Mario Maker.
Yeah, me too. Let's talk about something different. I ran this to the ground.
Yeah. All right. So Facebook had a keynote not too long ago. Actually, let's put that on. Did you see? I'm pretty sure you didn't watch that Facebook keynote.
I didn't. I was gonna let you take the lead on that one.
All right. So Facebook had a keynote not too long ago. I'm just realized how slow it's been, how slow of a week it's been, where we're just talking about a keynote from Facebook. I'm just now realizing how slow it's been.
Dog, I'm talking about fucking Balloon Fight.
Touche, nigga, touche. At least this is new. So Facebook had a keynote, and they just talk about all their new shit. They how they're focusing on privacy and all this other stuff because they fucked up not too long ago with the whole Russians and our president and whatnot. So they talk about privacy and all this other stuff. Then they got weird. Then they start talking about dating. Like Facebook dating is going to be a thing, and how it's going to be like a separate account for. There's going to be separate accounts, separate from your main account. So you have for example, I'll have my own personal Bobby Jones account, and then I'll have a Bobby Jones Facebook dating account that no one would know. So I basically just have a separate world that no one in my actual world would know that I'm doing. To me, it just seems like a recipe for a lot of niggas to just be cheating. We're going to see a lot more Harvey Weinstein's, Pro Jarrett's in the world, a lot more dick pics. I think they're just making it accessible for dick pics. It's just going to be a lot more dick pics now, and they're just going to be via Facebook instead of just Cupid. It's just going to be Facebook.
Yeah, you kind of beat me to the punch on there's gonna be pictures. They're definitely making it a lot easier to stalk folks on Facebook because, hey, they got a Facebook dating account. I mean, why not?
Yeah, they had a side feature called Secret Crush. It's creepy. So Secret Crush it's like you take people from your own personal friends list and you put them all in a category of people you may or may not. This is things I want to like use this for context. This is things that Facebook is openly admitting, like they're presenting this in the presentation as if it's not a creepy
as
thing.
Features that will make your life better instead of worse.
Right. So maybe it might help someone, but it seems really creepy to me. But so you take people from your own friends list, you put them in like this little category called your secret crush, and if so happen that someone on your friends list also find you as a secret crush, you can just hook something up. Do the horizontal tango from that way forward. But it seems weird. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's new and I never thought about this. And like thinking that Facebook as a dating app seems weird to me. But it seems like it's just another. I don't know. It seems weird. It doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm entirely believing the idea of maybe we just don't care much for it because it's new and we're getting old, which isn't great, but as long as you acknowledge that could be a factor here. Maybe that's just how the quote-unquote kids nowadays that are only 10 years younger than me do things now. But I get the feeling this is a stupid fucking idea.
You say under 10?
Like, no, like that are 10 years younger than us or whatever.
We ain't that old. Well, I guess so, because 10 years younger than me would be literally 18. So
yeah, they'd be like just coming out of high school or something like that.
Oh God. I'm about to be 30, man. Holy fuck.
One thing that makes it a lot easier when you're about to be 30 is that whenever someone comes at you with bullshit, just go, hey, wait a minute, I'm almost 30. I don't have to deal with that anymore. Get out of here.
Get
out of here.
Say with my New York accent that I'm not New York from. Get out of here.
But this seems like a good... Okay, so I definitely understand where you go, is that person into me? I'm really not sure. I'm getting some vibes here. Let me just put him in the secret admirer category and just see what happens. Okay. Yeah, all right. I feel like, we've all been, there before. But I feel like that's gonna...
See, I feel like... Here's the thing. I feel like it's a pussy way out of going about dating. That's
what I was getting at a little bit.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying, am I being old saying this? But that doesn't seem good when you don't want to, confront your own feelings. You know what I mean?
Just fucking ask. Just take that. Shoot your shot. If you miss, so fucking what?
Isn't that why like incels are a thing now because they can't really, own up to how they feel or like nice guys and shit?
Maybe. Actually, I don't know. I'm not into. I don't know. There are a lot.
Yeah. A lot of like nice guy stuff comes from like you kind of sat on those feelings for so long and didn't do anything with them, so now you're just all pissed and presumably horny that nothing's happening.
Just
when you probably should have just shooted your shot earlier.
You shooted your shot. I'm glad you said that. Shooted your shot.
Yeah, man. Closed mouths don't get fed with dick or pussy, I guess.
Not at all. But okay. I do want to move on with the Facebook thing though. But we both agree that it's just like using, to me, the secret admirer thing, like virtual dating isn't really, I feel like that was a step into like too easy zone for a while. I did virtual dating. I can't judge. If you're doing that and it works for you, go ahead, do your thing. I did it. It didn't work for me. But like, even when I was doing it, it felt like it was a step, and like it was just it made it too easy. It was categorizing people. Like I remember one day I was on like OkCupid and I was just kind of swiping through people, and like I was also listening to a podcast and how we put people in categories. Like we don't see people as people, we just see them as like pictures, images on our phone. And as they were like explaining this like in the podcast, I'm literally on OkCupid, just kind of swiping through like these women, and like I had a out of body experience moment where I kind of just stopped and looked at myself like, this is kind of fucked up. Like I'm just kind of seeing these women as like images. I'm not seeing them as people on the other end of their phones also looking for like love or anything. I'm like categorizing them based off of these little stupid ass questions that an algorithm made up, and like shit like that. Like it just felt weird to me. This thing with Facebook feels like another step in that direction. It just feels another level of weird.
This feels like Facebook like watched Black Mirror and said, "Oh, I think exactly. This is a good idea. I like this."
It feels like the first step of Black Mirror. Like we haven't got to the episode, or we haven't got to the point where the actual episode hits yet, because Black Mirror always starts off in the middle of past the technological revolution. Is just living in the reality of the revolution. It's always take place in that time. We're right now living in the actual revolution of Black Mirror.
Can you imagine the world where shovelware becomes like the Alex Jones, like that one episode where we're just saying, just fucking talk to him or her. Just fucking do it. Just say hi. Come on, just do it. And we're like the fucking extreme fucking Alex Jones. They're putting fucking gay frogs in the water because we're just saying, go talk to those girls or boys.
Maybe. I hope not. I really fucking hope not. But shit, who knows what the future entails. But this leads me to the next thing. Excuse me. I'm gassy today. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But leads me to the next thing that actually made me excited about the keynote, which is the real reason why I want to talk about the keynote in the first place. The dating app thing, that's weird. And it's going to get even weirder with virtual reality. Oh shit.
Okay. So,
if you're looking at the screen right now, you understand why I did that so well. But hold on.
So, Bobby, this is going to be... you know how there's stuff your grandparents could never even dream of, and if you told them when they were 20, they would just reject that idea altogether. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily in regards to technology, but as a social norm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to imagine, like, old man Bobby or little Bobby the Third walks in and says, "Granddad, I just got laid." "Oh, damn, that's my boy." "Yep, virtual. I had a little sex doll, and it was cool." Hey, now wait a minute.
That's definitely going to be me. That's definitely going to be me. Like there was an ex-girlfriend or fling or whatever you want to call it that I had, and she told me her first relationship was a virtual like she met someone on remember AIM or the AOL instant message thing. She met someone on that, and they were just like, they had a virtual relationship. Like that was her virtual boyfriend and everything. And I'm like, but you never met him. Like, no, how long did it last? Like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, you probably had some kind of connection with him, but that's not a relationship, man. Like you didn't meet that person. That's not a. I mean, it's a relationship, but it's not a relationship. It's not a romantic. I don't know. Like that's not what it is. Virtual reality is that. Yes, that's one other thing. When virtual dating become a thing, I'm gonna be that old man, but like, no, that's not.
I'm happy we're at least like acknowledging, like, maybe it's just me getting old instead of just outright rejecting it because I think it's morally wrong. No, it might just be because I don't understand it.
There's a Sylvester Stallone movie. Sylvester Stallone movie. I think it's called Michelin Man. It's him and Wesley Snipes, and they're from like our time, like or maybe the 90s or some shit like that, and they get frozen. Both of them get frozen, and they end up in the future, and like they're like cavemen to like everyone else around them, but they're like modern people to us, but like to other people they're like cavemen because they have physical sex and shit like that's not the real reason. There's other things, mannerisms and shit like that, but like one other thing they see as prehistoric is humans having like actual physical sex. What they do is they put on helmets and have virtual sex that way, and somehow that leads to whatever. I don't want that reality to be a thing. I like physical sex, but I'm getting beside the point because we're talking about virtual reality and now we're talking about virtual sex, which I didn't even want to fucking talk about virtual sex.
Yeah, that was me.
But with virtual reality, so Oculus Rift, if you don't know, is owned by Facebook. It's kind of a story. It's kind of a cool story how it led to that. It's weird watching. Side note again, it's weird looking at what Oculus Rift is now compared to what it used to be like 8 to like 10 years ago, when it was just a little white boy in his parents' basement and he just made it and he started a Kickstarter. It's like, hey, look at what I'm doing. And then somehow fucking the guy who's a little rocket science got on the fucking project and then sold it to Facebook, and now it's going to be a mass produced thing. Anyway, let me get on point. So during the keynote, they had a little side segment for virtual reality and their new products that they're going to be pushing. They have two new things with the two new products with the Oculus Rift, the Oculus Rift Quest and the Oculus Rift S. The S is going to be their big. It sounds like the Oculus Rift small, but it's not small. It's actually their high tier one. It's going to be cords and everything, and it's supposed to be meant for like actual gaming. And then there's the Oculus Rift. God damn, I can't speak. Oculus Rift Quest, and this is actually the really cool one. The Oculus Rift Quest is 100% wireless. It's supposed to be their mid tier between the Go, and the Go was like a very cheap mobile version of it. You didn't have 3-dimensional movement and everything like that. And then they had the high tier one, which you had to use it in a room with cords. It had to be ran off your hardware and shit like this. This one's supposed to be a mid tier that's in between that. It's not as strong as the ones that need some kind of powerful hardware, but it's not as weak as the one like the Go. It's supposed to have full 3D environment. You can move, you can walk towards things. Like you literally draw out a map on your ground. Like in the virtual reality, it has 4 cameras on the exterior part of it, so it scans the room around you, and you could draw a wall, like a virtual wall around you of what the play area would be. And the game lets you know when you're about to hit that virtual wall. Like it has like a stack. It's cool. If you look up a video about it, they show it what it looks like. And like you actually, when you get past that wall, it phases from virtual reality to the real reality. It's kind of cool how they do it. Like you literally, like it's like you just put your head out of virtual reality. It's really cool. And it's only going to be $3.99. It's only going to be this is Facebook's major push. I knew this was coming, but like now actually seeing it, I'm really excited about it because I knew it was coming for a while. They've been talking about it for a very long time. But like it's going to be, we're going to see the next step into actual in technology. You know how it went from pagers to cell phones, and how cell phones were like just what a cell phone is today compared to a pager is then.
Sure.
I feel like we're at the next step of looking at that, because right now we have, like, in terms of cell phones, we have foldable phones, and now folding, like, have you seen those, the new foldable phones? Foldable technology at all?
Fucking episode where I just feel old.
Oh, I keep up with technology. I really like technology. So yeah, there's foldable phones.
Wow. Who'd have thought phones fold? Oh shit! Okay, well, I felt that break.
Ha 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 ha. That joke hasn't been made a million times.
Yes, I didn't even know jokes were being made. This is all news.
Yeah, like I can fold my phone. It just it won't work afterwards. Yeah, that
I
joke.
just need a new one every time I do it.
Yeah, that joke has been made a million times. But there's Samsung just released a prototype earlier this month. It didn't. The prototype fucked up, and their screens, people's screens were like literally breaking on them. But it's not just Samsung. Lenovo has a laptop that's coming out. I think Huawei has a new one, and their foldable phone is kind of cool. Samsung's foldable phone is kind of like a book. The screen's on the inside, and they have like small screens on the outside, and you fold it like a book. Huawei's phone is cooler. You fold it outwards, so like when you open it up, it opens up like a tablet. But then you fold the tablet back, so like the fullness of the screen is on the back of your phone. It looks really fucking cool. I like that.
These look like wallets.
They look like they're about to say, from what people explain from them, they're about the thickness of wallets, but like when you open them up, they're about like a small tablet. And I like the concept of this. But what I'm getting at is, I feel like we're at the split of technology right now. It's either going to be like the future of technology is either going to be foldable phones, or we're going to just skip phones altogether and just get done with phones and start moving into virtual reality, like mobile virtual reality.
Wait, why would we be skipping phones for VR?
Because okay, like if when the technology of VR eventually is going to get smaller and smaller. It's already getting like if you look 5 years from now or 5 years back from today and look at VR and look at the headsets and what they used to be. They used to be fucking massive and like all cord and everything. You look at today.
Yeah, but I mean,
but
like,
let me
phones,
finish. Let me
like,
finish. Let me finish. I'm not done. Let me finish. So like, and then you look at what technology is today, and in terms of virtual reality, now it's getting to the point where they're taking virtual reality, which is like another reality, and now they're implementing augmented reality in like combining augmented reality and virtual reality. So now those two things are just like there's an extra layer on life, and it's already mobile now. You can do it anywhere. Now all they need to do is add to that a cellular signal and then make this technology smaller. Eventually we're going to get to the point where we're just going to be communicating not with our cell phones, with like our fucking glasses. We can like be on Facebook with our just fucking they already had that. Remember with Google Glass when they was like people were kind of walking around with their fucked up wannabe Google Scouters? Do you remember that? Like Google Glass?
I love them.
It's
great.
Do you remember Google Glass? I'm not like that was a real thing. So like
No, I remember.
yeah. So like we're only so that's why specifically I feel like technology is going in the two directions. It's either going to be like foldable phones with cell phones, like the physical cell phones, or it's going to be virtual reality that's going to eventually become augmented virtual reality. Like it's going to be a combination of that. And that's how I see technology. Sorry, that's where I see technology going.
I get the feeling it's probably going to be closer to the foldable phones direction. Mostly in the sense of I think maybe again this is just me. Fingers crossed. I don't want to have the Black Mirror episode that was also that Adventure Time episode that was also Ready Player One.
Which one was that? I don't know.
The one where Finn meets all the other humans.
The Black Mirror episode. The Black Mirror episode. Which?
Oh, the one where okay, well, there wasn't a specific episode, but it just seemed like a very Black Mirror. We don't do reality anymore. That's fucking lame. We're just in beds, getting juiced up with nutrients in the VR.
There's two virtual reality episodes that I remember from Black Mirror. There's one.
Oh, don't spoil them for me because I'm still watching it.
Oh well, I think one is like literally the first episode. The guy who's backpacking through Europe, and it has this whole thing with his mom. Mom. Does that sound familiar? Guess not. No, that doesn't sound familiar. All right, then there's another one where this guy well, fuck it, like I don't really mind explaining because it's more about Black Mirror is definitely about the journey, about what the technology does to these people's lives, not necessarily what the technology does. So there's another one where they have the ability to record their lives. And they have some kind of sensor in their eyeballs, like kind of contact lenses.
Yeah. I think that's where I think that was probably one I was actually thinking of.
Yeah, and he could just record like past moments in his life, and like just kind of relive that shit.
That was actually the thing I was talking about when I was talking about the Bobby Jr. saying, "Hi, I just got late." Hey, wait a minute! You just played a video while you hump your pillow.
Well, that's a little bit different. In that one, it wasn't. I mean, it was a video, but he's watching a video of him his own life.
Like now, that opens up the option for and just to get off sex there. Not necessarily just for that purpose, but now you have the option of just oh fuck this reality shit. I'm out of here. Which does have its merits, but I don't think I have anything to say on that anyone else smarter has to say.
All right, you clearly didn't watch the episode because like what you're saying is not even relevant to what I'm talking about. For that to happen, okay, in terms of let's go back onto the subject of sex. For my grandson, whatever, to come up with like, hey, I just had sex, and be like, how? And then he was talking about that Black Mirror episode of how they recording their lives. He would have to had sex first, then record it, and then
it's not too unreasonable to just say, instead of I'm just gonna download a video today.
Yeah, I know that, but that right there, I knew what you were talking about initially, but in terms of the Black Mirror thing, never mind. we're confusing each other about what we're talking about. I get what you're saying, but I feel like I'm confusing you by saying what I'm saying. Matt Pat is on fucking Oculus Rift commercial. There's a whole like 2.5 minute long commercial of Matt Pat talking about virtual reality, and watching that video made me realize why people hate Matt Pat.
Oh, thank God. I fucking hate that guy. Thank you.
I used to really like. I don't really hate him. I still watch his videos, but like I don't really like him as much as I used to. He's definitely the corporate gamer. Like that's the best way to put him. Like he's the.
I love his math-based episodes, which I guess he doesn't really make anymore. I can't stand the what's something clickbaity that will really get people fucking pissed off.
But that's all YouTube though. That's like literally all YouTube.
Well, yeah, like, but at first it was like, okay, well, how fast can Sonic run? Well, let's do some calculations here. Oh, I like that. Those are fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like the, okay, but what if Ness from Earthbound was really Sans under...
I mean, I like that. Actually, personally, I like that shit. But at the same time, I can see how that's annoying. But that's what I actually like. I like weird shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about how fast. I don't give a damn. Sonic runs faster than me, and it doesn't make sense because he's a blue hedgehog that's just like 3 foot tall and can talk. Like, that. I don't. What is it? I fucking did. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I just like when they show their work for that kind of thing because that's fun.
That doesn't make it. Like the dis something of belief.
Suspension of disbelief.
There you go. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Yeah, like that's already implemented. This suspension of disbelief, or yes.
Oh well, yeah, of course. Like I believe Sonic is a hedgehog that runs fast, but I think it's fun to see how fast is he running. Which I mean, I don't know.
It's cool to listen to, but like I don't really need that. Like I don't need that for entertainment. What I am mad that he stopped doing is shit like in terms of lore. Like they got rid of Ganja and Goomba, so they don't really focus on lore anymore. And I used to really like when they like the game theories used to go into like, for example, my favorite game theory episode is the Final Fantasy one where they talk about deicide. The whole thing is just talking about deicide. That is my favorite game theory video, and they never touched back on the subject again. I would really like to see how ever since then it changed my perspective of Final Fantasy game. I started noticing that a lot of the main series Final Fantasy games focus on gods and goddesses, and I didn't really realize that before until that video.
Oh,
so I'm mad that he doesn't do shit like that anymore.
Well, Bobby, if it makes you feel any better, that is one of the most immediately apparent things about Final Fantasy. So there's a shit ton of videos on that subject. So
yeah,
you don't have to watch Matt
but
Pat.
here's the thing with Matt Pat. He doesn't sound so goddamn bored and depressed with life when he makes his videos.
Weirdly enough, I disagree, but in a weird way where he sounds like he hates this and he has no choice but to keep moving forward, and he's just mastered the art of fake enthusiasm.
See, I see the other way. I think it's all fake enthusiasm. Like, I don't disagree with you that it's fake enthusiasm, but I feel like he loves it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's kind of moving through the motions, but he's kind of moving through the motions because his mind is thinking about his next yacht that he's about to buy. Like, he's just kind of out of his body. He's just kind of moving like, you know what? I've mastered being this corporate asshole shill. I'm just going to be this corporate asshole shill and, like, feed my baby. Like, that's kind of how I see it.
Wow, Bobby. When Matt Pat has a stupid fucking idea, you go, oh, yeah, that's cool. But when I have a stupid idea, you go, that's a stupid idea.
See, your stupid ideas will lead me to be lonely and not laid. His stupid ideas lead him to be hated
Bobby,
by
you have a
millions
girlfriend already. Don't worry about it, man.
Exactly.
This is going to, like, retroactively.
It can happen. It can happen.
Like your girlfriend, like, oh God, you hang out with that Brandon guy? Jesus.
Oh no, whoever I hang out with is who I hang out with. But I'm not gonna. Never mind. Never mind. His ideas.
We're making YouTube videos to get laid, y'all.
I'm just saying, it worked. It worked for fucking Pro Jared. Look at that bird face nigga. I'm just saying, it worked for Pro Jared. It worked for.
Shit, you're right.
It worked for Boogie. It literally worked for Boogie. Like Boogie
No,
two
it
night.
did not.
Okay, first off, he was married. Second of all, after he got divorced, I listened to H3 podcast last year. After he got divorced and everything, he was talking about like he's redating again. Like he's dating women again. It was like, what the fuck? You're dating women? He was like, yeah. Like you can have sex. He was like, yeah, I'm having sex. He even said himself, like, yeah, even with my big morbidly fat ass body, I'm still out here fucking. And then fast forward to this year, he was talking about it again. Like, yeah, I don't really use my money and my YouTube fame to get women anymore. Like, that shit gets boring after a while. And then they kind of mentioned later, like, you saw the women I was fucking dating, though? Like, that nigga was using his YouTube fame. He was getting puss. He was getting that shit. There's not a doubt in my mind that people using for fucking James Charles. Wasn't that this whole fucking scandal there? Is like he was using his influence to touch little straight boys?
Bobby, the reason why I took out this is really more about like, you remember what Boogie looks like, right?
Oh,
I don't mean to body shame, but
wait, no. Have you seen him now though? Have you seen him now?
my opinion has not changed very much.
No. Have you seen him now? It's not what your opinion is. Have you seen him now?
Yeah, he looks like the same guy, but
No, he does not. You clearly have not seen him now. If you think he still looks like the same guy right now, Google it. I will wait for you to like come at like Google Boogie 299 today, and tell me he looks like the same dude now.
All right. I guess his hair is in a little bit better shape. I think.
Really,
I
nigga?
mean,
He
lost
does.
some weight. That's good.
He doesn't look nowhere near. First off, he got his teeth fixed. Like this is damn near looking at like Kim Kardashian post surgery and pre surgery, like or looking at Michael Jackson post surgery, pre surgery, or anyone else who had like work done with him. The motherfucker looks good. Like no lie, he lost like 200 fucking pounds. So like there's a dramatic weight difference there. He literally got his teeth fixed. Like if you look at his old teeth and then look at his new teeth, like he looked like he went from throwing up gang signs to fucking like being the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know why I said Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but like you can see what I mean. Like he made a drastic difference. Boogie.
Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't looking at an up-to-date enough video. He looks like a GameStop manager who's been working there a little too long, but now he's just kind of stuck there.
I don't disagree with you on that, but that, to be honest, that's worlds better than what he used to look.
Yeah, he looks like a guy where he's been working at GameStop for like 30 years. You go, dang, dude, you've been working at GameStop for 30 years, man.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah. Actually, no. I take that back. Before all this, he looked like, I'm looking at a picture of him now. He looked like, especially in this picture here, he looked like the guy who got fired from GameStop. Now he looks like a guy who runs a GameStop. Not just, like he looks a little because he looks happy with his life. Like if he looks happy with, like a guy who just a manager at GameStop looks miserable. He looks happy with his life, so he must have a little money, but he doesn't.
He also went from like just having like a neck beard to having like a beard, and that's not me trying to like make fun of the guy for being fat. I don't care about that.
That's fucked up. I looked up Boogie and I'm on Google Image, and they showed me a picture of DJ Khaled.
He definitely got his whole facial hair situation.
I'm using this picture in my thumbnail of Boogie. It's just Boogie, like old Boogie before he lost all this weight and everything. He's wearing sunglasses. He's got his arm crossed like this, holding magic cards.
I don't really like care that he's not fat anymore. It's great. I'm just looking at like the face part. Good work. You look like you.
He looks happy. Like I don't know how to say. Like this motherfucker.
Yeah, like it looks like he's actually enjoying at GameStop, which is good.
I'm just saying, like and he's still getting puss. I don't know. If Boogie 299 or what the fuck his name is, was it Boogie?
What's your excuse, everyone at home?
Yeah.
Maybe that. everyone at home, put in the comments what is your excuse? Not for not getting late, just in general, like as a broad concept. What's your?
What is your excuse today? Actually, no, that's our question. Whoever gives the best answer, there we go, right there. Whoever gives the best answer for what the excuse is, remember what that is. Remember for the end of the show. Right now, we're about an hour in. Yeah, so we got like another 20 minutes left. So like at the end of the show, we're gonna ask the question. But that's the question right there. What is your excuse? And whoever has the best answer will be our Goku for the next episode.
I'm gonna read them, so make sure you put them in there.
Yeah, you can either do it in the comment section below, on the Facebook, or on my Facebook page, or in the Discord. It doesn't matter where you put it, but you just have to answer the question.
Oh, by the way, for anyone that is curious about our opinions on things, that's an odd thing to do. But also, if you stop into the Discord and we decide not to kill you live on air, yeah, just post some stuff you want us to talk about, dude.
What the hell is up with you in insisting that we're going to kill our listeners?
What?
You look like a deer in the headlight too. Like you look like a child who just got caught doing something wrong. Like what do you mean? Why did you just me? Why do you insist?
What?
What the hell?
What is that? Not a thing people do?
You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. We just murderize everyone out here. That's just what we does.
Yeah,
apparently.
is that I hope this isn't one of those situations as a little kid. Everyone else does it totally differently, and you're just like, "What? Is that not what people do?" Oh, it's just gonna be embarrassing because that's what I do. Sorry.
Honestly, I don't know what you said. What I heard from my end is, I hope you're not like it cut out and then it heard little kid and then it cut out a little bit more and then it heard like, yeah, because that's what I do. So I hope you weren't talking about anything pedophilic, because I will disassociate real quick. Sony and Microsoft are teaming up for their streaming service. Did you heard about this, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
What?
I know sometimes it's hyperbolic when you say, "Oh, did you hear about this?" because that's a way to get the conversation going. But I was just laughing because I took that as a very literal question. Like, yeah, I was right there. What are you talking about?
God damn it, Brandon! You really need
breaking the fourth wall for you, everybody at home.
You really need to learn how to just catch the baton and keep running, instead of just catching the baton and just staring out like, why the fuck is this thing made out of metal? God damn it. Fucking take the baton and keep fucking going. I pass it off to you. So, Brandon, did you hear about the Sony and Microsoft merger?
Yes, I did. Haha, epic meme I just made.
Dad. I don't know. I never thought in my life I'd ever see you dab. I never thought in my life I ever fucking see you dab. That just it's worth it. It's fucking worth. I don't know if I never get another subscriber past today. I made Brandon fucking dab.
I didn't know that was on your wish list.
I didn't. I feel like that Team 4-star Vegeta. Like, I never knew how much I needed something until I had it.
Even knowing what a dab was.
It makes me so happy. You look like a fucking Fortnite character. Just. All right, man.
We're going to do it on very special occasions now.
Yeah, it was. Oh man, I think that might be how I start this video off. Actually, I'm gonna cut that off and then start the video off of just you dabbing, and then I'm gonna just lead to the intro. That's gonna be. You know what? You remember how we talked about our last episode? How we're gonna make an intro and like we're gonna create our own thing, our own clips, like our own. Yeah, that's one. Right there.
That's what the kids like now, yeah?
Dabs. Everyone likes dabs. Even though I'm pretty sure that's an old meme by now, but goddamn. Technology is moving way too fucking fast because I legitimately feel old, man. I legitimately feel old. And again, we need to stay on topic. Sony, Microsoft, merger, team up. Did you hear about this? I guess you did because we already mentioned the fact that you heard about this. So, if you guys at home are dick boys, you dick boys at home, I feel like I'm saying dick boys, not
Yeah,
dig
you
boy.
gotta really enunciate the dig.
So you dig boys at home. If y'all,
You dick boys.
you dick boys. If you haven't heard about the Sony, this is actually relatively new. Actually, I found out about this right before we started recording. So Sony and Microsoft, they're teaming up, and this is a direct, or from what it looks like, it's a direct response to not to Sony, to Google, and announcing their new streaming service thing. What's it called? Google Stadia. If you haven't, if you don't know what Google Stadia is, I recommend you Googling it. I'm not going to talk about Google Stadia specifically, but I recommend you like Googling Google Stadia because it's to me, in my personal opinion, it's a good idea, but this is also a good idea too. So Sony and Microsoft, they're teaming up to partner up on a streaming service. They already signed paperwork, according to the Polygon article that I read. They signed a memorandum to work together for future development on the streaming service, and that means they're going to work. Each of their streaming platforms are going to be, from what it seems like, going to be on each other's platforms. So Sony's PlayStation Now is going to be on, theoretically, on the Xbox, and Xbox, whatever their streaming service is, I forget what it's called, might be on a PlayStation. Things are changing in the game industry. Next thing you know, there's going to be Super Mario Brothers and the fucking I don't know, Nathan Drake. What's Nathan Drake game? What's that game from Nathan Drake? Uncharted.
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. There you go. There, Fallout. There's going to be Nathan Drake in Fallout, and Master Chief inside of Zelda, and Yoshi inside of Last of Us. Who knows what the world is going to be? But I like this. Like, we got virtual reality now, virtual porn, video game movies. I just skipped ahead. It's just crazy out here, bro. It's crazy out here.
I appreciate Microsoft willing to say, "Fuck it, whoever's winning."
Yeah.
No reason to keep trying to push on the Xbox if it's just fucking dying. Forget it. We'll team up with whoever's making us money, man.
To be honest, though, I don't think it's just Microsoft. I think Sony realized that they can't compete with Google. I really do think this is like I can see Microsoft doing this because of what you just said now, like specifically what you just said. We're not going to be able to beat you, so join you. But the reason why I see Sony joining Microsoft, because Sony doesn't need to do this. Microsoft needs to do this, but Sony doesn't need to do it, except for the fact that Google is getting into the gaming market, and Google is a big motherfucker.
Yeah, and to my understanding, like this console generation, it's actually been Sony being the one that doesn't want to play ball this time, and not so much Nintendo. Specifically with their online stuff, like you can just log into your Xbox Live account on your Switch.
Yeah. I haven't done that, but I know that's a thing.
Yeah, like you can, like your Fortnite stuff and your Rocket League and some other game. Like your stuff from Xbox will totally carry over to the Switch version, but Sony specifically said, "Oh no, we're not fucking doing that." I'm not sure if they eventually went back on that, but the point is that usually, yeah, it's been Sony the one who wouldn't want to play the ball, and I think it's only good for consumers.
There's certain things. There's certain things that they're doing. Like for a long time, they didn't want to have Fortnite cross-platform. That's open now. They also, for a while, they wouldn't allow Minecraft to be on the PlayStation network, or wouldn't allow Minecraft at all. Once it got bought by Microsoft, they wouldn't allow Minecraft to be on the PlayStation. But that they changed with that. But yeah, I think but they are changing now, and I'm telling you, it's because of Google.
Like, I am definitely enjoying this sort of wave of okay, so like in many ways in regards to video games, the digital services, like for stuff you don't physically own, there's a certain amount of like consumer unfriendliness going on. like a shit ton, like enough to where that could literally just be a shovelware episode on its own. So in these times where consumer rights are being chipped at like a lot, I'm very happy that we're finding some type of silver lining where there's something sort of convenient happening, especially among super competitive companies that probably don't have like a titanic incentive to play together.
You know what? Yeah, you know how like not the conservatives, but like the libertarians. They always talking about how like a free market will like kind of balance out everything. I think that actually this is legit proof of that. Like I seriously like I'm with you on this. Like I'm glad that Microsoft and Sony are working together, and like even though they normally wouldn't work together to fuck over the consumers, I really feel like the only reason why they're working together now is because of like if Google didn't announce the Stadia thing, none of this shit would be a thing. I really think like Sony realizes that like they can beat Microsoft and Nintendo, but when it comes to they can't beat Google. Like, did you watch the Stadia announcement and everything like that, or did you pay attention to what Stadia actually is?
Yeah, because like it would be super easy for like, and let's teleport ourselves to like
Brandon.
a distant future, right?
Brandon, are you even paying attention? I just asked you a legit question. Did you watch what Stadia is? You instead of just waiting for your response, answer the question. Do you know what Stadia is?
Yeah, we talked about it on an episode. Like, I thought this was another one of those. Yes, I know what the Stadia is. I just didn't say it because I wanted to see if you knew what it was.
Shut the fuck. Nigga, I was going somewhere with that. I didn't know if you actually knew what it was or not, because you don't pay attention to technology.
About it on the show. I think we talked about it a couple of times actually.
But yeah, what I'm getting at is like I don't think Microsoft, Nintendo, or Sony can't compete with that shit. Just like what the idea for what Stadia is supposed to be is go from like seeing a commercial for like again what they use Assassin's Creed, watching a commercial for Assassin's Creed, and then just clicking on the ad and say I want to play this, and then going from watching the ad to playing the game within seconds. Like that's some crazy shit.
Or like just knowing how much power Google has. Like, and let's get into like very literal examples. So the YouTube algorithm will make it harder to find videos that like aren't things that you've already watched. Like, even if you actively seek it out, like you will have a harder time because it's going to try to bog you down with stuff you've already seen before. It wouldn't be very hard for Google to just do that with your video. Like, where if I want to see the new Mario game, oh, well, what if when you search for it, it's literally just another platformer that you're seeing results of, and they're throttling results for, like, your Mario or whatever have you. So, I guess that is definitely a real fear that, Sony and the boys should probably at least consider.
I'm pretty sure they're not just considering that shit. I mean, I wouldn't just. I don't know. Let's see where this shit goes. I'm excited to see the future of video game. Like this next E3, I haven't been excited for E3 for a couple of years actually. This next E3, I'm actually kind of excited because there's been that rumor. You wanted to talk about this last episode. We didn't talk about it. With the PS5, like that's going to be a thing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, like I'm just happy it's gonna be backwards compatible with the PS4. That's, I mean, I already have one, but
this makes it easier. Like all my digital games, I think they kind of had to do that because there's a lot of people this generation that just kind of switched over from physical games to virtual games. I mean, I'm not saying everyone or like the mass majority, but there's a lot.
Like even me, the fucking physical dude, like even I have to occasionally concede to, okay, I guess I'll just have to get this digitally.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I'm excited to see where this goes. Well, there's gonna be a new Switch apparently, like 2 new Switches, which just works for me because I need a Switch. So like Microsoft is probably going to announce something with it. I'm excited. I have a podcast now. Woo! It's gonna be a good year, dog. It's gonna be a
We're
good.
going to be on the cutting edge of video games if we ever get around to playing them.
I mean, I play them. I just don't play all. I don't. I can't play as much as I used to. That's just what it is. Because I play them, I just can't play as much as having a life. And
This will be a great time to like make a really bad joke about us having a Patreon, but we don't. So just imagine that I made that joke instead.
well, you said a Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have actually. I do have a Patreon. It's
What?
check in the link down below. It's gonna be a link to the Patreon I started. It's what's the name of the Patreon? It's called Eat a Dick Patreon. Yeah. Where if you eat a dick every time you pay us money, because that would just be a fucking waste of money. Don't give me your money. No, I don't have a fucking Patreon. Get out of here.
Well, I don't know. Like,
I'm joking. No, eventually I was thinking about starting a Patreon, but
yeah, someday when I think our content is worth that people paying money for.
yeah, we're way too right now. We just got 31 subscribers. By the way,
Yeah, like,
to all
I
the
don't
new
wanna-
subscribers, thank you for showing up. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks.
it.
You guys are great. You guys are better than those other guys who didn't watch this video and didn't subscribe like dickheads.
Fuck all those other guys, all those billions of other men and women not watching
Especially
us.
you, Chris.
Fucking Chris. Hey, you know what? Unless you want to keep talking, unless you want to talk about something else, I think. I know you want to talk about video game movies. You still want to talk about that?
We can do it next week. There's no rush.
I don't know. Let's talk about it. I mean, because you just got done watching Detective Pikachu. And
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess we're gonna. This was actually the video game trilogy of Sonic, Detective Pikachu, and the overarching theory therein. Okay, so the reason why that Sonic movie doesn't work is because they're trying to retrofit something that just like is extremely video games into a format that is not video games, but trying to get like a general audience that wasn't going to watch it anyway to try to go see it. So you're kind of creating a movie that exists for no one. Like these people that want to see Sonic but don't like Sonic. Like that's not a group of people that exist, except for apparently Resident Evil movies, but that's a weird anomaly.
see, this
For Detective Pikachu, the reason why that movie works is they assume going in you have some knowledge of Pokemon. Not necessarily a lot, but enough to where we don't have to stop the whole movie and go, oh, that's a fucking Ditto. Like, there's actually a point at the end of the movie where there's a scene where, like, the bad guy shows up and they go, oh, shit, didn't we deal with you? And the bad guy takes off their glasses and goes, Ditto, with, like, these horrible little beady eyes. And they don't explain what Ditto is. You just have to kind of know what Ditto is already. And that's apparently the best-selling video game movie, and they're assuming you know what Pokemon is, or if you don't, you're smart enough to catch on. So you're not just dumbing down these concepts for an audience.
See,
you know what I mean?
like, I don't think that necessarily. This is where me and you disagree on it. Like that may make Detective Pikachu a good movie, but I don't think that necessarily translate to make a good video game movie a good video game movie. Okay, for example, I still have faith in this fucking Sonic movie being good in some way, shape, or form, but not just because it's trying to appeal to other people. Like, I don't see anything wrong with trying to appeal to another person. I don't share this belief that trying to appeal for another group of audience who normally wouldn't look at this like creates a void that no one likes it. I don't believe that. Like, especially with Sonic. Sonic fans are gonna fucking watch this shit regardless. And there's already Sonic fans right now, unironically, who like this shit. Who's just excited to see Sonic just on the big screen. So they just want to throw money at it right now and just love it for that. And me, as a Sonic fan, outside of the way Sonic looks, everything else looks fine to me. So like, even though it's not made, or maybe it's made for me, I don't know, it hasn't come out yet, but from the general look of it, it doesn't really look like this is a movie made for me as a Sonic fan who knows a little bit of the Sonic lore, who's been playing Sonic games for a long ass time, who want them to at least reference the Super Emeralds again. This ain't made for me. This is made for someone who doesn't really know Sonic too much, who just kind of
Okay,
heard of his name.
so Bobby, do you think?
No, let me finish. But I still think the movie has the opportunity to be good. It may not have the references I want, but like that doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It's like I still think it's going to be good because of the dumb action. Like I see this movie as the video game movie equivalent to the Fast and the Furious movies, especially because it's directed by the same guys who worked on Fast and Furious. So like it's going to have its elements to it that's going to be good, and it might find an audience just that way. I don't think it's going to inherently fail. Like I think
Sure.
from my perspective of your opinion, it seems like you just don't think it's going to inherently fail just because.
So I think I actually may have misrepresented my own viewpoint there.
Yes.
I think what I was trying to get at is that I don't think you should, be tied down to make a one-to-one accurate, video game movie about anything. In fact, I would say you shouldn't do that. That's why I kind of think that Mario movie is not going to be good, because I think it will be that.
Are they making a Mario movie?
About it.
Are they making one?
The one that the Minions guys are working, not the '89 one.
I didn't know that was a thing, but okay.
Oh yeah, the Minions guys are working on a Mario movie, and they do this very polished one-for-one 3D thing. And I think that Mario movie is gonna suck, not in the sense of it being like straight bad, but it's just like a very literal, safe interpretation of Mario, or at least that's what my gut is saying it's gonna be. But what I was getting at is, video game movies have this tendency not to not literally translate its material into being a movie, but being ashamed of its source material.
See, I don't think that's the case though. Like,
Well,
I'll
I'm
let you
gonna
finish
give
what you're
like a
saying.
literal
But go
example
ahead.
of that one.
I don't think that's the
So
case.
remember in the X-Men movie, like the 2003 one, where he goes, "What am I gonna wear? Yellow spandex or something?"
Okay, well,
That kind of has this implication that,
but
like,
hold on.
well, of course not, because that would be
Brandon, hold on.
stupid.
Brandon, go to use a video game for it, because we're talking about video game movies. I see what you're talking about there, but that's a comic book movie. So,
Well,
use, like,
I mean, I kind of feel like there's not like exactly a
not
huge
this-
amount of difference here.
Yeah, but for the sake of your argument, you have to stay at least on top, because that's the easy.
Oh, sure.
That's
Okay,
the easy
so,
way for
like,
someone to like, poke a hole in it. Like that's
so, because there just aren't very many good video game movies.
But yeah, but that should help you with your point though. Like,
Well, I mean, a lot of video game movies tend to try to hide their source material instead of sort of standing by it, and I think that's why a lot of them fail. However, on the other end of that argument is, stuff like
but give me an example. Though.
Prince of Persia and World of Warcraft, where they follow, their source material very literally. And I think there's a healthy medium there.
You clearly didn't watch the Prince of Persia movie. You clearly didn't watch that movie. The Prince of Persia movie does not follow the source material, and that, to me, that's where it fell off. Is the fact they tried to do.
It kind of did in spirit, or at least I thought it did.
It has the same name. They also didn't they gave the prince an actual name, but they still refer to him as a prince. He looks like the Prince of Persia from the same game. And everything. He even has the same outfit design from the Warrior Within thing. They have the amulet on his chest, but they don't reference the fact that the amulet is a piece of thing, like a thing that can also control the time in addition to the dagger. It's just on his chest because it's a really cool design, and they don't follow the whole lore of everything, like with the Dahaka and the Sands of Time and how it follows it's just a video game movie, but they didn't follow the source material. And that one,
I mean,
that was bad. But like that's what I'm getting at. This is something that helps your argument. Your argument is they don't follow the source material and they become a bad thing because that's
Bobby, let me finish, because I know I'm getting a little long-winded, but what I was trying to get at is that I think they should focus on making a good movie before trying to make a broadly appealing movie. And like when you're doing that, get a focus on what aspects of like movies or whatever medium you're translated to would also work well relative to this video game. You know what I mean?
I think that's easier said than done. I mean, I don't disagree with you on that.
Well, like for example, look at the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, even though that may not be like a critical, darling, they still have a sort of understanding that what a Mortal Kombat movie should be is a martial arts movie where guys kind of have powers. That's what you expect.
But here's the thing. Like, again, I understand. I agree with you in like a concept, but that's not a thing that always works in practice. So
then how come basically
let me finish, man. So what I'm getting at here is like, all right, in Mortal Kombat is a good example of a translation that worked. So a martial art video game that went to a martial art movie that actually worked. That's an example of it actually working. But the Street Fighter movies are another martial art video game that did not translate well to movie. It doesn't necessarily like I agree with you on they should focus on making a good movie first and then working on the translations later. That I'm agreeing with you, but like it is not a 1-to-1 just because like not all genres just inherently make a good franchise. The movie has to be good from the beginning, or at least the idea about it has to be good.
Like I was saying, like they probably shouldn't always 1-to-1, translate, video game stuff into movies. Like they should again look for some commonality between the two and work from there. For example, if I just, decided that we're going to have an action movie and just kind of decided it's going to be Mario, that wouldn't really make sense. Like what kind of things do Mario and movies have in? Well, they both go on adventures. Okay, well that's pretty fair. They both have some goofy stuff going on. Okay, well that's cool too. A lot of that goofy stuff is focused around shit being weird. Well, what if there was sort of like a movie where Mario some type of road trip between worlds, and like that's a movie that kind of exists already. You know what I mean?
But see, that's something you think would work, but doesn't actually. Like, all right.
Well, like, yeah, but that's probably like a little bit more thought out than like what we typically get from these Hollywood affairs. You know what I mean?
All right, see, that's automatically assuming that every Hollywood affair is just okay. That's how I feel about fucking. Let me get my thoughts together. It's easy to like be on the outside looking in and like they're not working hard enough, or they should be doing this, or it's easy. Why didn't they just do this, do that, whatever? Like I'm trying to be devil's advocate here and give them a little bit room for like, okay, it's not that simple, and in some cases it's not that simple. Doom is a great example of this. That should be a simple just make an action movie. You're fighting demons. You're in hell. You're a space marine. You have The Rock. Like that should be you have The Rock, who's a good action star. You have a good premise. You have source material, and you have an audience who want to watch it. Like that should be something simple that like kind of writes itself. That movie was shit. Prince of Persia. Like you have a hot guy who can do really cool parkour shit, and he has a really cool fighting style, and he can control time. That should be simple enough. That should write itself. It was dog shit. Like World of Warcraft, literally one of the best art. Warcraft period, literally one of the greatest video game franchises. Period. Like outside of World of Warcraft, which is which is the biggest massive multiplayer game out that is right now. Maybe Fortnite beats it, but like that was for a very long time. And before that, it had a whole little RTS series that was very popular amongst the PC community, made by Blizzard, who's really good and really known for making a very lore heavy, and I don't know how to explain it, but like just a damn well written story. All their lore for everything, StarCraft, World of Warcraft, even fucking Overwatch, the lore and the story of everything is executed very well. And then they make a movie in-house. So the people who made the fucking story, they have the source. They are the source. They're making a movie. They release a movie, and the movie is fucking boring as shit.
Again, I feel like maybe I'm not making myself entirely clear there, but like I keep saying, directly adapting, the source material does not a good movie make. The movie has to be good first. But the thing is that I think having that, like the movie being good first, gets a lot harder when the message you're sort of sending to your audience is that you're ashamed of your source material. Like, even though you said, don't use non-video games as an example, I think a very natural, evolution of this are Marvel movies. Like, they are very much proud of, where they're coming from. They pretty much adapt their source material the best way they can within reason. Like, they typically don't bother adapting the stupid stuff. They look for commonality between whatever the source material is and, like, what movies tend to be really good at doing. Like, Doctor Strange is a magic guy. Instead of having the episode where Doctor Strange, I don't know, does some stupid comic book stuff. Like,
I don't think those movies are good because they stick to their source material, or even the fact that they don't. Those movies are good just because they're good. Like, okay,
well, I mean, they are good movies, but I think it's very clear that like those movies have a certain amount of love put into them based around the love for the media, and I feel like the audience knows that. Like, it's very apparent that people working on these movies love comic books, but for most video game adaptations, that's just not true. Like, I can't put a quantifiable zeros in someone loves something, but I think anyone that likes video games and have seen video game movies and likes comic books and have seen comic book movies can say, yeah, it's clear that, most video game movies are typically cynical, joyless, and I'm putting a big note on joyless because it's all cynical capitalism. But, very much joyless cash grabs instead of someone saying, oh yeah, I'm going to have fun with this.
I don't disagree with you on that, but that's just America. So, I mean, America. But, oh shit, hold on. But, all right, here's the thing. I just don't. I don't know how to put it to words. I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but it also necessarily doesn't bother me that much because most video or most movie adaptations of anything is usually the worst version of it. So, like, for example, outside of video games, Holes. I'm pretty sure you read Holes in elementary school just like I did. Like, I don't know if you like the book or not, but I like the book. The book is better than the movie.
That's fair, but the movie was still fine though. The movie wasn't
the movie is still the movie is still fine, but the book is better. Usually, what I'm getting at is the fact that most adaptations from one thing to the next just doesn't work. That's all it is. It just literally.
Well, I mean, like, I think saying they don't work is a strong statement because, again, look at the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
like, Jesus.
Okay, just because one thing worked doesn't mean the next thing works. That works, right?
Well,
the Marvel Cinematic works. The Marvel Cinematic Universe works, right? Okay, cool. Comic books, they stick really close to the source material. Okay, cool.
Well,
the DC universe doesn't.
They stay close to the spirit of the source material.
The DC universe doesn't though. Like,
no, they don't.
I'm not saying they not good movies. And first off, you don't even like fucking comic books. I'm still
aware of it. Like,
just because you're aware of it, but like just because you're aware of it doesn't mean you understand it. Like, I'm aware of manga, but that don't mean I understand manga.
Well, Bobby, to my understanding, the reason why people like Superman and like the big struggle with Superman is that he's a dude that's all powerful, but he has moral limitations. Like, Superman could kill these guys, but he chooses not to.
Okay, the fact that he snapped Zod's neck at the end of the Superman movie does not make that movie bad. The movie's bad because the movie's
shows
bad.
A fundamental misunderstanding of the character of Superman. Like, the reason why Superman as a character is kind of interesting
the movie is bad, but okay. let's do this. Let's talk about Suicide Squad. Like Superman, okay, he's bad because he snapped Zod's neck. That movie, that's at the end of the movie. That movie is shit before it gets to that point. Okay,
Oh, well, yeah.
but let me
like,
but it's a disconnect from. Oh, go ahead.
What I'm trying to get at is that, like, when you have a deep fundamental misunderstanding, like, of that gravity of what, like, these characters are about, I'm very skeptical that you're going to understand what makes this property good, or what could be a good translation, or what properties that, and by property I mean like things within it, could be taken and extracted and put into a good movie. For example, like the 77 Superman, yeah, they kind of get that Superman is a really nice guy. That's part of his character.
The 77
makes it interesting, right?
You talking about 1977?
Yeah, like with Christopher Reed.
I never watched that shit. Name something relevant to today. I've never seen that shit. How many people watching this have seen the 1977 Christopher?
I mean, that's why I was using Marvel, because that's like one I can kind of count on people already seeing.
All right.
They kind of understand that, like, Ant-Man, for example, is kind of silly, right? Like, he turns into a little tiny ant. That's his power. That's really silly and stupid. And the best way to translate that into another medium is, accept that it's stupid and silly, instead of trying to make, like, a gritty, ridiculous, like, oh shit, Ant-Man is just, I don't know, a man who's an ant. He's been biologically engineered to be an ant, and he thinks like an ant.
Okay, so
or I don't know, like, for
okay,
example,
I was with you. I was going to agree with you, and then you put your foot in your mouth and to realize that you don't know what you're talking about. So, like, Ant-Man, like, I was all right. This is why I agree with you. When you don't have a spiritual, I agree but disagree. I was gonna put it like this. I agree but disagree. When you don't have a spiritual or like some kind of fundamental understanding of the product you're making, it usually comes out bad. And I'm gonna use a Marvel reference that's a good example of that. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, the most recent one that came out, was a very feminist movie, which there's nothing wrong with making a strong female character or anything, because there's literally millions of them throughout, like, comic book history or just throughout nerd culture history. You can find a strong woman and make her the center. Wonder Woman is a perfect example of that. But the Captain Marvel movie was bad because it was panhandling. It wasn't staying to the source material. It was panhandling. But another Marvel movie example of something that's not even part of, like, not even in the same vein of the original source material is like Ant-Man. For example, Ant-Man. And Ant-Man in the comic books, he's more, well, first off, it's Hank Pym, and then there's another guy, whatever. But both Hank Pym and the one that is supposed to be from the movie, I forget what his name is, they're very serious characters. Hank Pym, he was a drunk alcoholic that used to beat the shit out of his wife, and like that was a real thing. Like they were showing in the Marvel comics, they were showing a man that, like, is a good guy, a hero, but also has his own demons, and that was his whole character. Like in the Marvel comic, he was a very serious and dark. He wasn't jokey at all. He was a very serious and dark guy. And then he got replaced by the fucking criminal who can sneak in and shit like that. Who is the guy in the Marvel, who's the basis of the guy in the Marvel movies. And I will admit he's a little bit more lighthearted, but his story and his character himself is also he's a criminal, and he's trying to be good. So, like, he still has aspects of being a criminal and becoming a good guy. It's like, but that works though. For the Marvel movie, they made him a joke character, and that works. And I don't think it's just having a I don't think it's, in that case, a fundamental understanding of that character, of the source material. I think that's a fundamental understanding of the character and the world that you're putting him in. And I don't know. That leads me to, like, the golden why I originally was trying to say earlier. I don't think it's the translation. Like some things I just don't think can translate. I don't think you can make a movie about battleships, but they tried to make a movie about battleships. What you remember with the one with Rihanna? Like I don't think that works. That just can't translate. That's not an interesting thing.
Like I hate to just arbitrarily play devil's advocate, but I'm not even sure that's untrue. Like I don't think you can make an accurate movie based on every single property, but I do think the root of a good movie based on a property is starting by saying, like, how can we translate this? Because it's not always going to be accurate. In fact, again, it shouldn't be accurate. But asking the question, what do movies have in common, and what does this thing have in common? Like, that should be your starting. So, like, for example, Battleships probably shouldn't be an action movie. And again, I know I'm just some asshole spitballing here, but what if Battleship was about the tactician who's
the whole
forming
movie?
Military plans? Like, doesn't that already seem like a much better application of Battleship than like an action movie?
Yeah, but that's called Ender's Game. So, you know.
I mean, I didn't see Ender's Game, so snappy.
That's literally the premise of Ender's Game. He's it's a little kid who's a military or a tactical genius, and they trick him into like playing these different games, and he think he's playing a video game, but come to find out he's actually operating. Like he's commanding actual real ships and everything, and he's actually fighting a war. And by the end of the movie, I'm spoiling Ender's Game. I'm spoiling the book and the movie. But by the end of the movie,
for Ender's Game. Sorry, guys.
Never. About the 75% mark of the movie, he kills off all the alien enemies that they've been like talking about throughout the whole movie. He like fucking wipes them all out. And like just completely destroys the home base and everything, and like the central, because they work on a hive mind type thing, like destroys the central hive mind, whatever. And then after that, he realized, oh shit, those are real things. Holy shit, I'm a fucking military genius. I didn't realize I was fighting a real war. Holy shit, I'm a monster. And then Ender's Game. But there's more to it past that, but I forgot why I was talking about that.
Well, I guess I'll keep going for a sec there.
Yeah.
So even though I don't necessarily think that is a magic formula for making a good movie, because, you know, if you made me make a movie based on something, it would be bad. I can promise you that off the tops.
Just off the top, this is gonna be bad. I'm proud of you. I'm proud.
Like I can promise you, like I don't know anything about. But I definitely feel like, you know, looking for some commonality between what these already do well and what this property could do well as a movie would make sense. Like, instead of making Dragon Ball Evolution, whatever that was, what if it was a martial arts movie about a guy named to fight? Like, doesn't that already make like way more sense than whatever Dragon Ball Evolution was?
Dragon Ball Evolution just seemed like they didn't know what Dragon Ball Z was and just kind of
exactly. Like,
I mean,
again,
that was just a train wreck. I mean, I get you that. That's a perfect example of just being completely disconnected. The perfect example.
Yeah, like and hell, you know, it doesn't even have to adapt anything specific from Dragon Ball. Just Goku is a dude that likes to fight, and he enters a tournament because he likes to fight. Maybe his brother that he didn't know about tells him he's an alien, or maybe, you know, a Vegeta guy is there, wants the Dragon Ball for reasons, I don't know, but that's already, you know, a much more logical, thought out, you know, movie than whatever Dragon Ball Evolution was.
If you're going to do like, if you're going to do for a good movie, but if you're going to reboot Dragon Ball in any way, shape, or form, that's a ballsy thing with the Dragon Ball community. So if you're going to do that,
they already like get it with like Dragon Ball Evolution, right?
Let me finish. That's what I'm getting at. That's like, if you're going to do that, that shit better be great. It better not be Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution is the only movie I illegally downloaded and got mad at and wanted a refund. Like it was a legitimately bad movie. I illegally downloaded it and had to stop watching it halfway through it because it was just so painful to watch. It wasn't worth the time to pirate that shit, man. It was a legitimately bad thing. And if you want to do, like, if you're going to reboot the series, man, like, you might as well just make sure it has the dopest. As a Dragon Ball fan, it better have the dopest fight scenes ever. Like, period.
Yeah, like again, we know how to make a martial arts movie. Like, I don't see why that's and not even against Dragon Ball Evolution, but like any fucking martial arts thing, we know how to make those. We know how to make those good. So it shouldn't be too difficult to, translate that over to something else.
Maybe it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's like budgeting or.
Oh, and also there's that thing I was talking about before where they just seem embarrassed to be whatever the source material is. It seemed like they wanted to go the route of, and this isn't so much like I'm still talking about the thing I was talking about before, but just now about Dragon Ball.
What's up?
They wanted to have the iconography. They wanted to say the names like Ozaru and have Goku's ki and have the Kamehameha. But they were too ashamed and thought it was too dorky to actually put those things in. And that made the movie that much worse. Not just as a Dragon Ball movie, but as a period. Because now you just have this dude who just looks like some dumb fuck normie with a bunch of grease in his hair, wearing this ridiculous thing on his head.
Now I realize what my problem is with like that whole argument and everything. I don't feel like that applies today. I feel like everyone today. All right, I'm a firm believer that this Sonic movie, like the trailer that was released, was a scam. Like I'm a believer that they're
I'm
not.
with you.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't believe that they're going to go back to the drawing board and like try to redo everything because the movie's coming out later this year.
They must have had a movie already made, and just this is the second version.
But like Sega themselves for years have been running off the joke that all Sonic games are bad. So I feel like this is some kind of meta way of like them trying to just appeal to the Sonic audience. Like, hey, look at this is such a bad Sonic thing. Woo. Like it's just kind of like I know like that's only conspiracy and anything like that. But what I'm getting,
Bobby, I actually talked to a bunch of friends I know that are animators, and judging by the fact that that Sonic movie has not moved its release date, you can't reasonably change that whole movie in like 6 months, which is what Sega is like claiming to. They must have had like another version of that movie made. And also, if you look at the promotional art for Sonic, it's all different. Like all of it is different. Like none of it looks the same. So there's some more proof for you. Okay,
well, whether or not that's actually real, I was just using that as an example. But what I'm getting at is the fact that like that's playing off of the Sonic community. I don't feel like today, like I feel like that complaint of them or movie directors or whatever having a disconnect from the audience, like having a Dragon Ball Evolution level disconnect from the audience isn't a relevant thing in today's
Death Note.
I didn't see Death Note, so
it's a class A example of this.
But isn't that Japanese made? Like that wasn't made in
no, that was an American made.
I don't know, maybe I don't know. But I could be wrong here, and there's probably multiple examples, but I just don't feel like that's a relevant thing in today because there was that Anita Battle Agent or a Battle Angel thing. I never even heard of Anita or Battle Angel at all. But apparently that was like damn near like it felt like it was made by the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
within the spirit.
That was interestingly a pretty 1-to-1 translation of that source material.
That's one, and then we got like I believe this Detective Pikachu is another one. Like that seemed to work. Like that it may not. Hold on. That may not have been. That may not have been.
It's not a 1-to-1 transfer, but it does seem to be capturing the spirit of Pokemon.
There you go. It captured. Yeah, there you go. It's not a 1-to-1, but it captured the spirit. It understands what the community is looking for. I feel like the same thing with this Sonic movie is like it knows what it's looking for, but I don't think it's going to be bad because it's just a disconnect. I don't think it's going to be so bad to the point where it's going to be a disconnect. I think a disconnect to like what the community wants and everything. I think this movie is exactly what the community wants. Like, I don't see. I see a lot of people complaining about it, and like the only legitimate thing that I think these people should be complaining about this fucking the whole Sonic movie trailer thing is the fact that if they didn't know, I mean, I doubt it, but like if they truly did not know that the physical appearance of Sonic was going to be bad, then they just need to get their ass kicked. Like that's the only legitimate argument. Like if they truly did not know that was bad, if they just didn't see that as bad, then everyone who's working on this project just need to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, like, and just to transition out, because I think, like, I think I've spoken my piece about this one, about like the topic, not about Sonic.
Fuck Sonic.
You know, when you think about it, and hear me out, people that really fucking hate this movie, and you're okay if you do.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in that movie besides the way Sonic looks that, you know, is that objectionable? Like, it doesn't look like that good a movie. Not to me, not because it's magically bad, but just doesn't look.
His eyes. His eyes. I can't get over the eyes.
Like, well, like assuming, let's say Sonic just looked totally different, like regular. Is there anything else in that, and also Gangsta's Paradise? Is there anything else in there that seemed like really objectionable for a Sonic movie?
I was just going to say, I was literally going to say Gangsta's Paradise, but that's kind of the point that I'm making here. That's literally like outside of the way
like, I'm agreeing with you. That whole tangent was me agreeing.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I personally, I'm excited. I'm gonna see the movie. I'm actually going to see this, but I didn't want to see Detective Pikachu. I want to see Sonic.
I'm not sure if I hope it's going to be good or if I hope it's going to be bad.
I don't care. I just want to see it. Like, to be honest, I'm just going to see the show. Whatever happens in the show, I'm just going to accept it as is, but I just want to see the show.
The only way for me to be upset about this Sonic movie is if it's really bland and uninteresting.
It probably... I mean, it has Jim Carrey in it, so who knows? Who knows? But
my only real complaint is that I wish they cast a fat guy for Eggman, not for representation, but you know.
No, you want.
I just always thought he was just always a fat guy.
We need more fat white men in this world. I mean, they're probably the most underrepresented.
I think fat guys, like fat white guys, are just the most oppressed minority. Honestly.
They really are. Have you ever seen King of Queens?
Yeah, like Family Guy.
Family Guy, Peter Griffin. This is Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson. Yeah, like all fat guys, man. I think they're just oppressed minorities.
They have the worst. Oh, man. Anyway, this is running a little long. We're like at the hour 40-minute mark right now. So let's just wrap this up.
All right.
I'm getting tired.
I'm skeptical if there's going to be a show next week.
You gotta go. You're going to Fanime, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Fanime. So if you want to meet up, probably not, because I'm going to be at least a little bit drunk the entire time. We might maybe do something cool for that week. I don't know.
Probably not. I'll do something.
Probably not.
Well, Brandon, you don't do anything on this channel anyway, other than be my co-host.
I don't.
What was I going to say? So yeah, my bad. So next week, probably not going to be a podcast. Maybe I might find another guest to replace Brandon while he's out, but probably not. I'm probably just going to do a live stream or something. Maybe a Q&A. Probably not a Q&A, but more likely going to be some live streams. I'm working on the video now. I showed Brandon the video. Right there you go.
It's there.
He's seen it. I might surprise you at Fanime, to be honest. I have that day. I have Friday off. What is that, day 0 or is that day 1?
Yeah, it's day 1.
Yeah, so I might come down there. I might not. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. So
you could even do a shovelware live, but probably not with the whole setup. Just a camera that's recording.
Nah.
Okay, good, because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to bring my laptop down there. That means I have to like sit down at Fanime and.
Yeah, I'm not here to chill out in a hotel room. I don't know. The point is, kids, no show next week. You might get something else. We'll see. Probably not.
And I don't want to say inherently no show next week. There may be a show next week. He's not going to be here for next week because he's going to Fanime. I may or may not have someone to replace him for next week. We don't know. I don't know. We're playing it by ear. You gotta see how other
It's
people
going to be
are
a
going.
non-canonical episode because I'm not there. So
Maybe it might.
don't add that to the great shovelware canon. Okay.
No, it's going to be canon. It's going to be
No, that's a different
episode.
timeline.
Episode 10 is not going to have Brandon in it.
It's episode 10 is non-canonical. I promise.
All right, so we're going to end it here. So thank you for watching ShovelWare Podcast. I have been your host, Mr. B.I. Jones. To my backside of me, where the fuck direction this is. My right, your left. My host, Sid Gas. Sid, please say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Yay. We started off, or we're ending off on the same joke we started off with.
What's
Full
your
circle. Full circle.
Shit, what was the question? What's your reason, viewers? We forgot about that. Just tell us your reason.
Your reason. What was the question? The question was
I think that was the question. Like, what's your excuse?
Yeah, what's your excuse? There you go. What's your excuse? That's the question for next episode. What's your excuse? Whoever has the brand's answer, it's probably only one person is going to answer that question, to be honest. And if you're that one person, you're going to be our Goku. So, hey, if you ever dreamed about being Goku and you never played a Dragon Ball Z game before, well, answer that question and you will be Goku for all the time, at least for that one episode. So, hey, there you go. It's dead. Yeah.
Normally, I'd have a silly outro that I kind of want you to abruptly make the ending, but not this week.
And that's where we end, right there. No, I'm joking.
Okay, that's
I'm joking. We're not going to end there.
Shit. God damn, Bobby, get my hopes up. I thought that was going to be a good one.
If you made it this far, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I've never said that before, but I don't know how useful that is. But hit that.
Okay, so I used to hate saying, "Oh, hit that notification bell." I have literally just sat there while people I really wanted to watch just uploaded a shit ton of videos, and we just go, "Oh yeah, I hope they upload a video soon." So, fuck you, YouTube. Follow us on social media. It's down in the description. It's gonna be pretty fucking lit. Let's do it. I'll wait.
What the fuck was it? It's gonna be? God damn it! That was that was a gamer way of just doing the outro. It's just and follow us on social media and hit the links down. It's gonna be pretty fucking lit as you drink your Mountain Dew and fucking eat your Doritos, fucking crumbs all over you guys. All right,
gamers, we gotta rise up in subscribers. We're rising up, gamers. We're doing it.
We're at 31 subscribers now. Yesterday, it's weird how that happened because yesterday we were at 29 and we went down. No, I'm sorry. What's today? Thursday? Tuesday, we were at 29. Wednesday, we were at 28. Today, we're at 31. So we gained a lot of subscribers today alone. And hopefully, this is an upward trend. We're slowly...
Yeah, hopefully, these gamers keep rising up.
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. Expect a channel update video, if not this week, next week. I'm working on another video idea. I'll show Brandon. I don't know, Brandon. What do you think about it? Don't tell him what it is, but what do you think about?
For a split second, I forgot you showed me that video, and I was like, I didn't hear about any update. Am I getting fired?
Yes, you're getting fired from a show that you don't get paid for.
Is it gonna be me who's gonna be murdered live on air? I mean, I guess the only person it can't be is Bobby.
Someone has to be here to host the next episode, and it makes sense on why you're so obsessed on death because you realize now that you're up next.
Knew it was me. Yeah, in my heart, I knew that maybe that's the reason why I'm really not gonna be on the next episode because I'm just fucking dead.
Thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a good night. Peace. You not gonna say bye, Brandon?
Oh, I thought when you said peace, that was gonna be the end of the show.
Bye.